Golden Knights were up 4-1. And I did not think I was going to really need to make a video today because really no point in bragging about beating the Coyotes. And then something remarkable happened. Something remarkably terrible, actually. Let's go back. First period, we're out 14-3. It's not great, but I've seen that a lot with the Golden Knights this year where we don't play well in the first period. I almost said half, then I almost said quarter. Gotta wake up a little bit, I guess. So yeah, I was shot 14-3 in the first. Not that great. Turn intermission, turn it over to the women's Final Four games like a fanboy over Caitlin Clark. Turn back to the Golden Knights game, realized the Coyotes up to 15 shots. That's one shot, and then one goal. Okay, not great, whatever. Turn back to the basketball game. 3-1 Golden Knights. All right, I can deal with this. Flip it back to the basketball game real quick. Boom, boom, questionable call. La-di-da, la-di-da. Iowa wins. Turn back to the hockey game. Do-do-do. Chandler Stevenson scores, I believe, to make it 4-1. Okay. Feel pretty good at this point, right? Just scored 4 unanswered goals. Up by 3 against one of the worst teams in the league. Though, I'm going to say now, 2 to 3 years from now, they're going to be a solid team. They got a lot of young skill guys that just need experience. So, yeah, second period ends 4-1. Go into the third. And I think it was about a minute and 10 seconds time frame. Not into the period, but at some point in the period, within a minute and 10 seconds, I believe, was the duration between goals 2 and 4 for the Coyotes to tie it up. In typical VGK fashion, the guy's like, can't have that, score another goal. Woo! We're up again. I go to the bathroom, sit down in my bed, realize that as the game is playing, that it's 4-4. I didn't go back and watch the replay, but I know that it was deemed offsides, which is bringing back horrible Vietnam flashbacks from the Nashville game when a questionable offsides call screwed us, essentially, and we blew a 4-1 lead in that game. The only difference is, again, I don't know if it was a bad offsides call or not. It might have been legit, might have been questionable, might have been horrible. What I do know is in the Nashville game, we at least got the game to overtime, so we got a point. Though it was a 3-point swing with the team we're battling for a playoff spot. This time, we proceeded to give up 3 more goals, one being an empty netter, but still. And this brings me back to something I hit on a few days ago. I personally don't think LT should have been starting that game. He's played a lot lately. That should have been a game we rested him in. I'd rather have rested him and taken the L that way, personally, because now you got to kind of worry goalie psyches, right? They're like, for football fans, so like a quarterback, they just threw a bad pick, or a corner back or safety that just got burned for a deep route, right? You have to have a short memory, but you don't always. And now you're sitting for at least 2 games, or 2 days, I mean. Monday when we play Vancouver, I'm assuming he's going to play again. But it's like, I think last night would have been a good time to have given him the rest. But Coach Cassidy's a lot smarter than I am. So, and again, I'm glad I did say a few days ago I brought up this question, so it's not like, well, with the gift of hindsight. Well, yeah, with the gift of hindsight, it's obvious he should have rested last night. But there were, after a couple of those goals, where his facial expression wasn't great. I didn't love to see it, but again, a couple of the goals were fluky bounces and stuff. Some he just got flat out beat on. Some were bad turnovers in the defensive zone. Also, I like to hope maybe that meltdown doesn't happen if we have Pietrangelo on defense, between him being a great shutdown defenseman and one of the team leaders, and great again the puck out of the defensive zone. I hate to say this because I've always liked this guy that I'm about to bring up. He's always been a solid player. I don't know what's been happening this year, especially lately. Zach Whitecloud, dude, I understand he hasn't played much lately. It might have been rust. It might be nerves that he's in Bruce's doghouse. That was brutal, though. There were so many. I counted at least 3 really bad defensive zone turnovers. And it was like, oh, the puck was just, like, stolen from him in the corner while battling. There was the one that turned into a great breakaway opportunity for the Coyotes where he turned it over at the blue line because he just tried to get too fancy. There was another one where, like, he literally just passed it to the other team in front of the net. I forget the third one, but I do remember counting 3 of them where it's like, bro, I don't know. But in hindsight, it's like, he was one of the people I have listed as a cap casualty for this offseason. I don't see coming back. Like, we have higher priorities. Obviously, the big one being Jonathan Marchessault. But instead of rambling on forever, I'm pretty much going to end it right here. Just wanted to give a quick synopsis for those who missed the tragedies unfold last night. I'm going to assume practice and video sessions this weekend aren't going to be particularly fun for the guys, nor should they. But honestly, this might be the wake-up call we need. This might be like the equivalent of when Nashville lost 9-2, canceled the Sphere trip, see U2 in Vegas, and then went off on an 18-game point streak. We can hope for something like that, right? 16 wins in the next 18 games overall would be very incredible. Hopefully we don't follow it up by losing 3 in a row, though, because at this point we're talking playoffs, and 3 in a row in playoffs, yeah, that's no bueno. But, as I said, as I'm pulling into my destination, I'm going to end it right there. That is a lot of bird doo-doo on that truck. You can't see it. But, anyways, VGK, boy heads out your asses. Congrats again to the women's Iowa women's basketball team. Go win the Natty. Nothing against South Carolina, really, just for Iowa. Yeah. Beat Vancouver. Go Knights go. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, tell me I'm an idiot on whatever stupid thing I might have said in this video. Until next time, peace.